Hello everyone, and today I'll be doing a scored review for the game Gears of War. This is the Xbox 360 version. It was developed by Epic Games Incorporated and published by Microsoft. Now, this game is a cover-based third-person shooter with a lot of emphasis on taking cover, returning fire. It's a very generic story with not really much to cover. It's just a basic war story. Now, I'm going to judge this game based on 5 categories, starting with graphics. Now, for the time that this game came out, the graphics were, I'm not going to lie, the graphics were pretty good. Not the best, but it definitely had a unique take with the big, bulky, burly gear characters and the weird looking locust enemies. But all in all, the graphics were pretty solid. My only issue with the graphics is it's a lot of grays and browns, very boring and uninspired colors. Now, the excuse me, the next category being story. Now, this is a story about war. It's really standard. You're fighting against an opposition, quote unquote, and your goal is to win at any cost. Very, very bland and boring story. Now, the excuse me, the music and sound effects. Now, a lot of these, I really enjoy the music that they use for it. Granted, there's not a whole lot of it, but the sound effects are really good. With like the sounds like opening doors, reloading, the call outs. All the voice acting is good for basic game, but some of the voice acting during cutscenes is questionable, or they said the wrong things, which if it's eh, most of that's overlookable, but it's still annoying and minor nuisances. Now for the gameplay, this is one of the first games I played that was a cover-based shooter, and I've always enjoyed cover-based shooters. But to be honest, I'm not that great at shooters, so I tend to mess up a lot. And the fact that you can take cover, blind fire, aim over cover, active reload, the game's got a lot of great mechanics in it. But it's very simple. You basically just have walk, aim, shoot, and a handful of guns which you interact with the D-pad. They they did a good job of streamlining the entirety of the game for the console. So I really enjoy the fact that pretty much everything's just at the touch of a single button. Now, the last thing is achievements. And this is probably where the game suffers the most. There's a lot of great achievements that'll teach you the ways of the game, like learning how to do the perfect reloads or the active reloads, the different difficulties, and many other different um, things. There's also 30 collectible dog tags. So the achievements are pretty balanced until you get to the multiplayer aspect. Now, the multiplayer aspect does simplify things for like play through a match on every map or get so many kills with said item. And that's where the game suffers is the kills. You have things that are simple, like get 100 curb stomp kills, which in of itself doesn't sound hard, but is very time consuming. And then there's the worst one offender of the all, the serious 2.0, and the game is glitched. But yeah, seriously is an achievement for getting 10,000 kills in ranked matches. very time consuming, and you'd have to be very dedicated to the game. Now, the I normally score games 5 out of 10 is on average instead of the industry standard of 7 or 8. And for a shooter experience, I'll give this game a solid 7. Wow, the the music, the sound effect, gameplay, and the graphics are all pretty solid. It does suffer in the achievements department and some in a little bit in the voice acting, but all in all, this is a good quality game if you don't mind playing an older game. Now, at some point, I will cover the Ultimate Edition, and I have seen the graphics, and Coalition did a stellar job with the upgrade. But 7 out of 10, and I'll see you guys in the next scored review.